Tonight, watering equipment allegedly taken from Landcare, putting vital plants at risk of dying, and a new dining voucher on the table in Broken Hill.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Ruby Kamane begins now.
Good evening. Landcare Broken Hill says watering equipment worth several $1,000s has been taken. It's left volunteers devastated and a vital project in limbo, creating concerns amid hot weather predicted.
Hidden in bushland, this is what remains of one of Landcare's most important projects. A water pump, battery and electronic timer believed to be taken from the regeneration reserve.
There were screw bolts on the ground. The pipes were just sort of left around and the wire had been clean cut.
The sophisticated equipment used to water newly planted trees, more than just cosmetic, the plants acting as a barrier against dust storms and airborne lead particles.
These plants form a critical role in improving not only the environment, but the living conditions of this city.
Because of its remote location, no alternative water source is available. Volunteers now concerned by the hot week ahead.
What is the hope of them surviving when this sort of selfish work has been carried out by thieves?
It's the latest in a string of alleged vandalism attacks against the community group. A nursery at the community centre was said to be destroyed in November.
It's quite disheartening in a sense, but I know that the Landcare Broken Hill is a strong community.
The incident has been reported to police, who are investigating the alleged theft. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers. Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Meanwhile, police are investigating a number of alleged break-ins reported across Waiala over the past week, saying a handful of businesses and sporting clubs are the targets of theft. Authorities also saying 2 vehicles and a range of industrial items were allegedly stolen. Sophia Contagonis has the story.
Starting over the weekend, police say they were notified of a series of alleged break-ins across the Steel City.
Yesterday evening we received some information from a member of the public, some very helpful information in regards to one of these stolen vehicles which was located in a rear yard.
As a result of the car being located, police say the stolen property, believed to be related to the reported break-ins, was recovered.
We believe it's the same person or people, guests, that have broken into all of them.
Authorities say any break-in is concerning, asking anyone with any information to come forward.
Pleasingly, we have had quite a good clear-up in regards to finding out who's actually done this and putting them before the courts. And that relates to some football clubs that were broken into late last week, and obviously these businesses this week.
Meanwhile, in a separate incident, police were called to a Waiala Stuart football club after reports 2 teens had allegedly broken in, stealing liquor from the bar. Police say a Waiala Nori football club was also allegedly broken into the same morning, causing a substantial amount of damage. 13 and 15-year-old Waiala boys were arrested and charged with a series of offences, with one still due to appear in court at a later date.
Police say a 33-year-old woman was caught driving so intoxicated she was unable to stand or take a breath test in Port Augusta. At around 5 p.m. on Monday, Bike Patrol stopped a Ford sedan driving erratically on Tassie Street. Further checks revealed she was allegedly driving unlicensed, unregistered and uninsured. She was arrested and charged with a string of offences and was bailed to appear in court. Police have confirmed fireworks were the cause of a blaze which erupted on Smoky Bay's jetty last weekend. Authorities were called to the site just before 7 a.m. on Saturday to reports of the structure on fire. Police investigations revealed fireworks let off on Friday night at around 11:30 ignited the blaze, with remnants of the rockets found nearby. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact Crime Stoppers. In today's other news now, and registrations have opened for Broken Hill businesses wanting to take part in the Dine and Discover voucher program. The city will be involved in the pilot rollout next month, with residents over the age of 18 eligible for $100 worth of vouchers to spend on dining and entertainment. Businesses wanting to accept the vouchers will need to register on the state government's website. Still to come tonight, last year's rainfall proves a relief for areas prone to dust storms. And consultations soon to open on ways to capture stormwater in Waiala. Welcome back. South Australia is bracing for a burst of hot weather, with temperatures expected to nudge 40 degrees over the weekend. It's forced several sport clubs to axe games, including Port Lincoln's baseball and softball carnival. Firefighters will be on high alert, with strong wind gusts also expected over the coming days. Fire bans are predicted to be declared tomorrow. But there is some good news. Last year's rainfall has had another bonus for the Far West, with the number of dust storms decreasing over the last 12 months. The CSIRO says ground cover has increased to 40% and wet soil has stopped dust from becoming airborne. Broken Hill has, however, already had its first dust storm of the year last week. The Waiala City Council is looking at different ways it can capture and store stormwater for reuse purposes. Staff now calling on members of the public to offer their opinion on suitable locations to roll out the plan.
This street, usually experiencing major flooding, now clear, with council recently fixing the stormwater drainage.
We're a bit unique here in Waiala that we don't necessarily have a lot of rainfall in a given year, but when the rain comes, it comes pretty heavy. We normally get some big downpours.
Staff now looking to the future, thinking of different ways the city can capture rain and store it to better the community, saying a stormwater management plan is crucial for two reasons.
First one is, we need to be making sure that we have a stormwater plan that helps us manage stormwater during a rain event and just to clear the roads as quickly as we can.
The second, looking at different ways to capture, store and reuse rain for community projects.
We do have an extensive tree planting program, so any water that we can capture and reuse is important for Waiala.
Council is now in the process to seek public consultation, asking locals to provide their feedback on the 7 different possible locations identified in the management plan for a future stormwater collection site.
The study has been carried out by environmental engineers and water engineers, so it's basically scientifically sound, but what we want to make sure is that the community doesn't see any issues with it.
Consultation closes in 2 weeks. Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us after the break. The community recognises a Port Pirie local, and a rescue organisation calls for donations following an influx in cats. Hello again. Australia Day awards are fast approaching, and many locals will be recognised for their hard work across the community. Port Pirie Citizen of the Year is among those, following countless volunteered hours at the Country Fire Service.
Giving back to those who have volunteered countless hours to the community, Robert Bradberg proudly awarded Port Pirie Citizen of the Year.
It's a fantastic honour. I'm actually very blown away by it all. I didn't expect anything like this whatsoever.
Nominated for 30 years of volunteering at Napa Beach CFS, the honour well deserved.
With that, serving my local brigade, but also interstate deployments, training right throughout the state, and also helping the local school kids in the community as well.
He says he's witnessed the horrors of bushfires firsthand and encourages others to consider volunteering.
Bangor was my biggest fire. It only just started as captain when the Bangor fire broke out, so that was a very steep learning curve for the beginning of my captaincy.
Young Citizen of the Year has been awarded to passionate snake catcher Harrison Kent. He launched a local appeal for first aid supplies to help wildlife devastated by the Kangaroo Island bushfires. Both recipients will be recognised at Australia Day celebrations at Flinders Park Tuesday morning.
It's going to be a great day, and it'll give people time to celebrate Australia Day but also get back and have a barbecue at home.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
2 Port Augusta community programs are hoping to start the new year off with some new members. Aiming to help maintain social connections while keeping their independence, residents over the age of 65 are encouraged to get involved.
From picking up the tools to focusing on your health, Port Augusta's Men's Shed and Health Focus programs providing a space for those over age 65 to get out and enjoy social and physical activities whilst living independently at home.
Made it for retired employees that have put in the effort, their work life and retired and have got nothing, haven't got a shed in their backyard. So this is their shed.
Meet up with some new friends and some old friends, have a bit of a laugh, and then we go on to activities. So we might do word games or physical activities. Today we're doing some craft.
Supported by City Council and funded by the state government, members can work on community projects, strengthen friendships and keep their mind and body active.
So we focus on wellness and reablement and social interaction to improve people's physical health as well as their emotional well-being as well.
Both programs are on the lookout for new members to join and be a part of the fun.
Oh, it's very rewarding. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I wasn't here.
For more information, visit My Aged Care online or call 1800 200 422.
We're one big family here, and so yes, absolutely come along and try anytime.
Katrina Musson, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Port Pirie's SA Cat Rescue has received many new kittens, desperately trying to find their forever home. Volunteers are now calling for residents to help these furry friends, following a tough year for the non-for-profit organisation.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, there's never a dull moment for these fur babies.
We get phone calls on our rescue phone and we get messages through Facebook, and we also get emails as well. Vets that we work with also will refer people on to us if they've found sick or injured kittens.
Rescuing stray, abandoned and unwanted cats across South Australia, volunteers say they do what they can to make a difference.
There aren't a lot of options when it comes to cats, and things, particularly in kitten season, get very, very full very quickly, and it's heartbreaking to have to turn people away.
There are many success stories to share, such as this rescued cat, Bones.
Him and his siblings were found underneath a house in Adelaide in the middle of January, in the middle of the heat. We took them into care and we made sure Mum got desexed, so she was removed from the cycle.
Volunteers say it's an important service as they're often confronted with animal cruelty.
We could get phone calls all times of the night. Unfortunately, kittens dumped in boxes, found in vacant homes, sheds, underneath houses like Bones was.
Following a tough year for the organisation, residents are being encouraged to do their bit to keep our furry friends safe.
There's not enough funding. We don't receive any government funding and we rely on charitable donations and fundraising.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us after the break. Lachlan Itter will bring us the latest prices at the petrol pump, and we'll have the weather details with Alex. Welcome back. Cricketers from across the Eyre Peninsula arrived in Port Lincoln today to compete in the annual Quality Wool Cup. The competition celebrating its 10th year with more than 100 keen athletes taking part.
Raising the bat on 10 years of community cricket.
The kids just can't wait to get out, have a cricket bat.
8 teams and more than 100 keen athletes travelling to Port Lincoln today to compete in this year's Quality Wool Cup.
It's a fantastic event and we thank Quality Wool for the opportunity to run it. Yeah, it's great.
The competition modelled off the popular Big Bash League with coloured clothing and stumps. The milestone 2-day event kicking off today with reigning champions Lincoln Tuna Kings fighting to hold their title.
We had a training session 2 days ago. It's good hitting the nets. I reckon have a good chance.
From humble beginnings, the competition has seen more than 500 cricketers take part in the Cup over the past decade.
Hopefully I'm here in another 10 years and we're celebrating the 20th anniversary, but yeah, I can't see it going away anytime soon. Everyone loves it and supports it, so yeah, we're happy to keep doing it.
With star athletes continuing to shine through.
A lot of the kids have used it as a stepping stone to higher honours. I know there's a couple who've gone on to the SA Outbacks team, and yeah, so it's just important to provide kids with a platform to improve.
They're really excited about it every year.
The competition wraps up tomorrow afternoon. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
For those looking to squeeze in one last road trip before the school holidays end, let's take a look at where you can save at the Bowser. Here's Lachlan Itter with this week's Fuel Watch.
The RAA has revealed Broken Hill is the 7th most expensive place to fill up in the state. And looking at prices today, the Silver City is once again paying more than the rest of our region. Prices have climbed pretty much across the board again this week. Broken Hill now almost $1.28 a litre. Port Pirie and Kadina come off best, up to $1.20 and $1.21 respectively. Expect to pay more in Port Lincoln, where unleaded is $1.25 a litre. Waiala also jumping a few cents to $1.24. The only reprieve is for motorists in Port Augusta, but it is only the tiniest drop, less than a cent. And it's rather unusual to say this, but fill up in the country if you can. Adelaide hiking by 20 cents a litre to an average price of $1.30. Some good news for the hill when we look at diesel though, with prices dropping ever so slightly, still around $1.30. Kadina, the only town in our region going unchanged on last week at $1.19 a litre. But the rest of the increases are only small. Waiala, the most expensive place to fill up in the Spencer Gulf at $1.24 a litre. Slight increases in Port Augusta and Port Pirie bring prices there to around $1.20. A 2 jump cent in Port Lincoln, where you'll pay $1.18. Adelaide is only slightly cheaper than the regions, with a 3 cent increase there. A litre of diesel in the capital setting you back $1.16. Finally, to auto gas, where prices are unchanged across our regional centres. If you're on the Eyre Peninsula, expect to pay just under $1, while further east on the York Peninsula, prices are about 10 cents cheaper, anywhere between 88 cents in Port Pirie and 90 cents in Port Augusta and Kadina. Broken Hill also on 88 cents. If you need to fill up in the Big Smoke, up to 74 cents there, but still cheaper than filling up in the country. Remember, of course, that these prices are the regional averages and do not reflect any one particular outlet. And if you do spot unleaded, diesel or auto gas for cheaper, be sure to let us know on our Facebook page.
Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather. Here's Alex.
Thanks, Ruby. As reported early in the bulletin, our region is bracing for a scorch over the weekend, but more on that later. Sunny conditions were recorded across the Gulf today. From 3 p.m, Port Lincoln reached 25, Broken Hill 31, while Woodna got to a high of 36 degrees. 35 in Port Augusta and Port Pirie, 33 degrees in Waiala, Kadina and Cleve. Mainly fine in Clare, 30 degrees there, and it was 27 in Adelaide. Taking a look at today's skies, and we can see wispy jet stream cloud over central parts of South Australia. Is not rain bearing. Skies are clear elsewhere under high pressure and a dry air mass. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Winds at around 10 to 15 knots with seas between 1 and 1.5 metres. Swells south to southwesterly also between 1 and 1.5 metres. And it's expected to start heating up tomorrow, looking at a mainly fine top of 30 in Port Lincoln. Cleve set to reach 37. Very hot and sunny in Woodna, a top of 39 degrees there. Waiala becoming windy but mostly sunny, a max of 37. Port Augusta expected to reach a maximum of 41 degrees. Sunny and 35 in Kadina. Very hot and sunny in Port Pirie, 40 degrees. Sunny and 36 in Clare and Broken Hill. Taking a look further through the week now, and sunny across most of the region heading into the weekend. 42 in Cooper Pedy on Friday, 39 in Broken Hill and Woodna, Port Augusta a top of 38, Port Pirie forecast to reach 36, 33 in Kadina, 28 in Port Lincoln, becoming windy in Waiala 32, sunny in Adelaide also 32 degrees. Those predicted high fire danger conditions set to peak on Saturday, 43 in Cooper Pedy and Woodna, Port Augusta set to reach a high of 44, 41 in Broken Hill, 42 in Port Pirie, Kadina and Waiala both set to top 40 degrees, cooler in Port Lincoln with a high of 33 and a sunny 39 degrees in Adelaide. Conditions easing on Sunday slightly, but temperatures remaining in the low to mid 40s, 41 in Cooper Pedy, Broken Hill and Adelaide, a maximum of 45 in Waiala and Port Augusta, 43 in Port Pirie and Woodna, and mainly fine and 40 degrees in Kadina and Port Lincoln. Well, Ruby, we'll certainly be needing to slip, slop and slap over the weekend, so enjoy the milder conditions tomorrow is all I can say. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. It's been a pleasure as always. Back to you.
Great, thanks for that, Alex. And that's the local news this Wednesday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later. Until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.